we will be adopting the Pan-African payment system that has been crafted by Afrexim Bank as the instrument that is going to allow this continent to trade in our local currencies and avoid the unnecessary loss of about 5 billion shillings in.
Welcome again to another episode of the WSXM podcast. As always, a united Africa is an undisputed Africa, and it's becoming more apparent as time goes on. So this video, President Ruto have been going around for the past year preaching about they want a better payment system for Africa. The Western payment system is not working because they're overcharging Africans, and the exchange rate is killing the economies of African countries. So take a listen to this speech, and he's explaining a new system that's going to roll out this week, because Professor Lumumba and Julius Malema is in Kenya for the rollout of this program. But listen to this video and then we talk about it. Boom.
I am completely aligned with what the Secretary General of SCFTA mentioned on two issues. The easing of trade, especially on payment of goods and services in our continent. How do we marry the efficiency of our trade which happens in different currencies? And in the Africa Heads of State Assembly in February next year, we will be adopting the Pan-African payment system that has been crafted by Afrexim Bank as the instrument that is going to allow this continent to trade in our local currencies and avoid the unnecessary loss of about 5 billion shillings in trying to transact in different currencies. So we are properly aligned. In fact, Kenya is a champion, and we've been asked to host the headquarters of the Pan-African payment system in Kenya. And because we are leaders in the technology space, and because we are also promoters of African Continental Free Trade Area, and any institution that supports the integration of our continent, we have gladly accepted to host the headquarters of the Pan-African payment system in Kenya. Let me also confirm that technology is going to play a very important role. And that is why I agree that the ministers are going to conclude on making sure that we bring legislation, we bring regulation, and we agree on how technology is going to support our trade capabilities and possibilities. And as a result, the whole tech space is a space that we must pay very special attention. And it is the reason why I traveled to America, to the Silicon Valley, with the assistance of my good sister Meg, so that we can speak the language of technology to the leading companies globally. It is the reason today the chair of iLab here says Apple is looking at opportunities in Kenya. They have never imagined that they can look for opportunities in Kenya. But because of the profile we have created, because of the pitching that we have made, and because even them, they can now begin to see opportunities in Africa, because that's where the future is. We are now beginning to leverage on interests in our continent. I want to confirm that Kenya is already aligned in terms of data centers. We've already committed 1,000 acres in Naivasha for the development of data centers with green energy.
So guys, that's President Ruto, and he's been preaching about Africa needing their own trading currency program, and he's been saying this for more than a year now. He's been going to different countries talking about it, even lambasting the French and the Americans about how Africa is paying 8 times more than everybody else. So this is a big move for the continent. And this bank, it's the is the Afrium Bank. It's a bank that's been operating since 1993. So it's not like it's a new bank. I mean, the bank that's at the heart of this that is going to handle all that transaction. So here's a diagram. I'll put this diagram. There you see it's giving you a list of how it's going to work. So the PAPSS is in the center, which is the central bank. They're going to handle all the transaction. Then you have to the left and to the right, you have sender and receiver. You see, institution, this basically means a bank. Then you see the person and the company. So that's how that's going to work. So if, for instance, South Africa want to trade with, say, Zimbabwe, instead of South Africa to change their money to the Zimbabwean currency, they don't have to do that. They just take the South African currency, go to the bank, deposit it directly into the bank, pay for whatever the trade they're gonna trade, and then that money now is in turn paid out to Zimbabwe in their currency, and that's gonna make it easier and more plausible and make the economy grow more because now these countries don't have to get US currency. Because, for instance, to go and buy the US currency, you're going to spend a lot more money just to get the US currency. When they get it, then they have to go send it to Zimbabwe, as an example. Then they're going to change it back out into their currency. And then so America win because their money is being bought and sold while the trading countries lose because what? They have to keep on buying the US and they're losing every time they buy the US. And they have to, and even that, before you can even trade with, for instance, a next African country, they won't accept the local currency from a next country. Like South Africa wouldn't accept Zimbabwe currency because they can't spend it in South Africa because what is not valid there. But this bank, which is the PAPSS, will do all that for each country, so they don't have to go to the process, and it will save them billions of dollars annually. So this is a good look for the continent, and also the CEO of the PAPSS is also his first name is Mike. Is his picture. His last name is difficult to pronounce. I think Abugulu. Anyway, and also I look into the bank. The CEO of the bank, of the central bank, is also a black man. So that's also great. I don't know if the founder of the bank is if it's an African country bank. I'm still looking into it because there is not much information available about who is the founder of the bank. But the current CEO is black, just as how the CEO of the PASS is also black. And it's an African run institute by African people, and they also are working with the African Union. So they have the African trade, which is the trading like buying goods from each other. Now you have the currency to fulfill said trade. So now this should be great and the improvement of each economy and the continent. Bravo. I have to give a round of applause for that because this just shows you how great the continent is. And as President Kagame said, Africa has everything it needs and more to succeed globally. Guess what? It is Africa. Everything is in Africa that we need. Every single thing, every single resources, every single ore, every single minerals is needed in the world to make anything is in Africa. So why can't we now grow and become a powerful economy? Or because of the colonizers who put borders to divide up the country, pit countries against each other. So now with this, we take out the middleman. No more American, no more US dollar, no more euro. We can use the own currency of each country to trade, and they'll save billions of dollars annually by not be able to without using their currency to buy the US to trade. So, and also they are now banning the export of raw materials and also banning certain goods from importing into the continent. So that's also another level. So I'm telling you, in our lifetime, we are going to see where the continent is going to be exploding financially. People, well, Africa is the youngest continent, growing continent out of all the other continents. Continent, one of the richest continent, the continent with all the resources, and it's a win-win all around. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section. If you agree with me with this PAPSS, if it's a great move or not. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Boom. Thanks for watching. I don't know.